Marshall Rimmer. This is. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out the distance from right here. This is optimal.
That's a good one.
That's good. Thank you.
What do you do, Marshall?
I write sometimes and I direct sometimes.
He's a pilot.
That's
he
it.
can fly.
That's it. I fly too.
Yeah, and I'm Dave Jasmine. I am a salesy writer and a writer.
A writer. Okay, cool. So let's.
I feel like our body language, we're all so spread apart.
And then you guys are incredibly close.
Yeah.
It's good. We're sharing a mic over here. It's romantic.
Okay.
What is this panel?
This is RT Shorts. So basically, RT Shorts, the process of how we kind of make them is it's a kind of a brainstorm writer's room where we'll sit down and it'll come a couple different ways. Sometimes it'll be something topical that we want to try and capture.
Like a Tinder trailer.
Like a Tinder thing. So it's like, okay, this is ripe for comedy, or something like, like Stranger Things. Okay, this is a really big phenomenon that we could write something funny about this. Or other times it's just, well, what's a funny idea that someone had? And then we'll brainstorm a bunch of stuff, write some scripts, and then whenever we find, if it's topical, we'll put that one at the top of the production side. Or if it's not topical, it's like, well, when do we have a good time, free week? And that's whenever we work with Will on scheduling everything once it's scripted. So yeah, do you want to talk about
Yeah, basically with anyone on the team writes a script and Chris gives it his thumbs up. It comes to my desk, and then I work with the coordinators. If you guys know Jessica Vasami or Javier is one of our newer ones. Yeah, we work with them. We put together a budget and figure out how much it's going to cost. Basically, I have a set budget for the year for all the shorts and stuff that we're going to do. And then occasionally we'll get in some sponsored shorts and things like that, and we work them in. And it really just depends on what's going on that month and if something's topical, and we work it into the schedule.
Yeah. And then, like Marshall, you made a lot of the shorts last year. Do you want to talk about the actual directing process?
Yeah. It's interesting. A lot of the shorts that I was doing were a lot of the trailer shorts, and so those are really, really tough productions because so much goes into a 3-minute thing. Where traditional short you have one location, but with the Tinder trailer one, I guess we had. I don't know, 12 or 13 or something like that. And so those were fun in that a lot of it was spend a lot of time setting up the location, making sure it looks good, having the camera and the lights, everything in place, and action. And then we film for 2 minutes. And it's okay, now we got to do more setup. So it's definitely a long, long process. And that one took about 2.5 days. That was fun because we had these big budget days where we had a lot of camera people, a lot of lighting people, and it looked really amazing and cinematic. And then we had one kind of run and gun day that was just kind of me and Blaine running around town, just him in a costume and people on the street looking at us funny. So that was great.
Yeah, and those trailers really shoot a lot differently because you're trying to think about what would be all the coolest moments in a trailer for a movie you're not making.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of different setups and locations. Sometimes you'll be there, probably 20 minutes. Sometimes you have quick ones. Yeah. You're just so many different locations to make it look like it's a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, those ones are approached a lot differently and cost a little bit more.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was stepping on tampons. There's a bunch of tampons on the ground, which you'll learn why later.
Putting a little teaser out there, a little teaser.
Yeah, we have a couple of videos to show. I don't know when we want to pepper those in, but I just want to keep that on everybody's minds in case the conversation gets awkwardly silent and we need to cut to something.
Well, that will inevitably happen many times. So,
what else do we want to talk about? I feel like I haven't done that many shorts lately.
Yeah, the thing with shorts is shorts are a really good way for Rooster Teeth to kind of develop talent and also grow and try new things. And whenever we have free time in between other productions, okay, well, we've got a couple weeks, let's do some shorts. And so I don't know, they're kind of some of the funnest things to do.
What's nice about shorts is there's no like with movies and with TV shows, there's very much a set structure, and shorts are fun because you can explore a single character or you can explore a fun little plot. So shorts can be a little bit more experimental, and you do them much quicker, which is great.
Yeah. So I feel like what was it, Dastardly Painter? I don't even think there was dialogue in that one. So it's an example of something that you can do and just a one-off version of it. And I guess Drunk Interviews is almost kind of shorts. Like, it's just like there's all these different things that you can explore, which is pretty neat.
So yeah, actually, do you want to? We can show a short right now. That this. So sometimes when we make stuff, there's things. This is probably never gonna. This may not air. This short that we're gonna show you, just because. Well, it's kind of.
You'll see why.
But it's
Unreleased short.
Yeah. So we can go and show that, and I will. Okay, I'm gonna warn everyone that a lot of these things that we're gonna show, are for whatever reason, really particularly embarrassing for me, or have me in a shower.
Yeah, like
This
pretty
is
much everything that we're showing is, yeah.
Okay.
That's why they didn't air.
So that was the PP short.
The PP short. And
And we don't show that to the public because it makes people uncomfortable. Yeah, so that's just an example. I mean, there's some times where it could be something that gets killed in the writer's room, where it's like we might start working on a script, and you know, like in the conceptual phase, it's like yes, let's keep going forward with this, and we'll write a script, and it's like no, like let's sit on this one for a while, and you know, it might be something that we sit on for like months or potentially like years. I know that we've revitalized scripts from
a long, yeah.
yeah, and then there's some times where we'll make a production, we actually film it, and then we show it, and we just internally we're just like this just isn't, you know, really flowing well for our company's image or what have you.
No, that one actually wasn't released because it was a documentary.
Oh, right.
That's, yeah.
No, but I mean, and then there's other times we do shorts that are like conceived and then shot and then released within a week. Like Marshall and Dave worked on the Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that real fast?
Yeah, so we had, it was like one of those topical things where the news came out that Amazon was doing stores where there's no checkout people. You just take stuff and leave. And I was like, well, that's insane. So I think that week we went out and shot it like the next day or something like that. And that was like a headache for Will also, because Will's in charge and does a great job of scheduling things. But when something like that comes up, it's like, oh, hey, can we have all the equipment and all the people tomorrow? And so, that was a fun. Dave made his Rooster Teeth debut in that as a shoplifter. So.
The thing about that was fantastic was, so we got to go in this grocery store like with permission before it opens, and then we filmed like a third of it of me pretending to steal things. So then after that, it's just me stealing things with people in stores, and then later Marsha's like, oh, we got to get one more thing, and it's not at the store we had the agreement with, and we had to go to a much larger grocery store where I was just standing and pretending to put a big thing of bread under my coat.
Wait, I didn't know about this, guys.
It's, yeah.
And how long did it take to get out of jail?
I mean, charges are pending.
Yeah. This is all. Y'all are all going to be sequestered at some point to appear at the trial. So thank you.
Yeah.
What's another example? I think like Where's Waldo was another one that was like a smaller short that we just like shot around town, kind of run and gun, old school style.
Yeah, that was a fun one. That was one that I did when I was coming back to Rooster Teeth, and that was I think that was the first time we worked together, me and Blaine, and that was a funny thing where I was like filming. I filmed all the book stuff at my apartment, and then we shot around town. One thing that's amazing about Austin is we shot a lot of those locations just based on the owner being cool and like letting us shoot at a bookstore before they opened, and like just because friendly people live here.
And that's unheard of in Los Angeles.
Insane, yeah. Because I spent 3 years out in LA, and it's definitely one of those places where you go to like a small mom and pop restaurant thinking like, oh, these people will be cool and let us shoot there, and you say, hey, we're doing a short film, can we pay you for your time after you close or something? And the same response every time is, yeah, that's great. Food Network was here last week and gave us 10 grand, so what do you guys got?
Yeah.
It's like, not that.
We'll buy you lunch.
Yeah, we'll buy you lunch.
We're a restaurant. Well, you can buy us lunch then. But yeah, so Another thing, I mean, the thing that's good about shorts is it kind of gives us opportunity to experiment with anything and everything, and that's what we've been doing recently. Like we just did the me versus drunk me. I don't know if you guys saw that.
I think that's all they want to hear about.
That was awful.
Blaine did a great job, and absolutely great. We have a kind of behind the scenes blooper. I don't know if you can. I don't know what you consider bloopers from that thing because it was all bloopers.
It's all a shit show of bloopers. We could probably stream this, right? This is okay to post?
Yeah. Is this?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. We'll just show this.
And also to give context, so people were asking a lot of questions about how we shot that. And what we did was we shot a wide shot, in which we called a plate, where basically we didn't move the camera.
Wait, real quick, in case you haven't seen it, what it was a sober version of us interviewing the drunk version of us.
Right. So we had that wide shot where earlier in the day, me, Chris, and Ashley sat in as our sober selves, sat down, and then asked questions to a stand-in, someone that was sitting across from us, so that our eye line matched. And we got different angles of that. And then we proceeded to get drunk over the course of 3 hours, and I think I shot upwards of like 20 shots.
You shot upward.
Drank upwards of like 20 shots.
Uh-huh.
The rest is a little hazy.
There's some brain damage involved, so.
Yeah, I'm fine now. So then after that, after we got drunk, we came in and sat down on the other side where we shot the rest of the plate, and we had Shannon McCormick actually across from us, and he was asking the questions that our sober self asked earlier in the day. And then since he's an improv actor, he was able to bounce along with us. So you're going to see footage in this where it's, me, Chris, or Ashley sitting across from somebody else, but there are stand-ins, so just for context. But here it is.
People often say that you're a completely different person whenever you're drunk. So I decided to sit down with myself and find out.
I need to know that drunk Ashley is going to have my back. So I decided to bring her in for a little chat.
So tonight I wanted to sit down with my drunk self and ask him a couple of questions, get to know him, and talk about cannibalism. Oh, Blaine. You're a phony. Blaine, do you think that we hold our liquor well?
Blaine. May I call you Blaine?
Miles!
No. I'm okay.
Of course. I love you, Miles.
Look, a brother, we're
We're G.I. Joe grip.
We're rain bros.
I think you're lying.
I told you to borrow him, but not to pick up ladies.
If you were a superhero in a porn, what would your power be? Good choice. Excellent. Actually, I was thinking the exact same thing.
Shut up. Be fucking quiet.
Ashley Jenkins, shit for pockets.
No, that only appeals to 50% of the demographic. We gotta go for more than that.
So Chris has a reputation for being violent when he's drunk. Let's fight.
Feisty.
Do you want to fucking fight? I'll go. I'm gonna go drunk. Ah!
If I want to watch porn, I'm not gonna do it from the couch of broadcast. That's messy.
I don't care. She's got the best hair.
This one is, he's nowhere near as bad as that one.
Wow.
Played the drum. That's precious. That's like the cutest thing you've ever said. I'm straight as fuck, and I'd cuddle with you right now. That's adorable.
All right, Pope. Your ceiling paintings are the shit. But let's be honest. They're more like Impressionist/Renaissance than modern. If you want to get with the times, you need to add some squares to that shit. So, instead of going to war with us, I will offer you many toilet seats, and you can put them on your roof.
So, continuing the embarrassing things, that was really up there.
Yeah.
A lot of good memories for Blaine that night.
No, he doesn't remember anything.
Exactly.
Shit. Yeah, I think actually, I don't know if I mentioned this like on the podcast or anything like that, but the day after was literally the worst day of my life. It was like so hungover. I missed a flight for my girlfriend's birthday, so I had to go the next day, and I like downed an entire pizza, and I was still like, my life is empty. And Chris is like, I'm great. I'm an alcoholic. I drink all the time. Fuck you. What do you want to do? Do you want to do the thing?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, well, we do have a game. We have some trivia, and we have a thing where if you get an answer correct, then you get a piece of merchandise.
Ooh.
If you get it wrong, you get punished. But we're not gonna punish you. You have a whipping boy, and your whipping boy is Blaine Gibson.
There's
So-
like a theme with live action in my relationship with him.
Yeah,
Hurt me.
you're the gimp.
Yeah, I guess so.
So we have some RT Shorts trivia right now. So if you guys want to like line up to the thing, and we'll do a little bit of.
Got a mic over there? We got two of them.
How much time do we have? 39 minutes? Oh, we're doing great.
Yeah, and we still have more stuff to show. So
Yes.
Cool. You want to pick a side?
yeah, right there. So let's see here. What country is Pongo from?
And also, we don't want audience participation.
Yeah.
We
So-
need the one person that's on
And
the
you've
mic.
got 5 seconds. What country is Pongo from?
Jewish.
No. All right. So
It's from the
Let's see here.
Dominican Republic.
So we've got this instant cold compress. And so we're going to put it in Blaine's pants, and he's going to have to go the rest of the panel with it in his pants.
How
All
do you
right.
do those?
I don't know. You'll find out.
Shake contents to bottom of bag. Squeeze firmly to rupture inner pouch. Shake
Ooh.
vigorously, mixing content.
It sounds like a sex instruction.
What kind of sex do you have? What? I can't do it. Did I do it?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I think I did it. Nobody wants audio of this. Oh, God, it's fucking freezing.
All right. Go, 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 go. Oh,
Want it like under underwear or?
no, you got to go deep.
It's so cold, I don't want to hold it. Get the fucking mic out of my face. Help!
I'm getting sympathy chills.
Okay, when we talked about this, I was like, that'd be funny. That won't be that hard.
It certainly will not be.
Oh my God. I'm uncomfortable.
That's the point.
I feel like I could piss my pants and not know. Like my dick is frozen.
Well, it would like freeze instantly.
No, that's not the case.
No. All right. So next question over there. Let's see here. In the VR short with Bernie and Blaine, name one of the devices Blaine invented.
I'm sorry, Blaine.
You don't fucking know? Come on.
The macrowave.
No.
All right, no, it was the poo, the duty, and the shit. They're all acronyms for my things. Yeah.
All right. Well, we've got some tape
Oh God.
that we're gonna put on Blaine, and then you get to pull off.
Am I going chest hair?
We're not going chest hair.
Yeah. Come up and give a yank.
Just
Because you messed everything up. You couldn't answer the question.
do a swift.
Now you need to get punished.
Hey, do a fake out. So like count down from like 3, but actually pull on like 2 or. It's my least favorite panel.
All right. Over there.
Oh God. It's getting colder.
Oh yes. Question. I was just enjoying the moment.
Live in the moment, Chris.
In the Bernie Hoarder short, what past RT employee made a cameo?
Come on. Come on.
Do I want to answer this?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you know it.
I'll give you a hint. He's really tall.
Don't remember offhand. So.
Oh.
I'm really glad we hired all these people who don't know anything about the shorts. Right, Blaine?
They thought this was the shirts panel. They're designing shirts with John Reisinger.
No one would go to that.
That was the person that cameoed was Nathan.
Nathan. Yeah.
Nathan Zellner.
Let's see here.
We had a sweet moment before the panel, and not making gags or jokes, where we were like coming up with trivia and stuff like that, and it was actually kind of cool. Like Chris and I were sitting down and reviewing all the past RT shorts, and it was like we were like reminiscing on like shit that happened during the production. And then there was some where I was coming up with trivia questions because I was a huge fan back when these were coming out, so. I kind of had a nice cathartic moment where I was like, oh, it's came full circle. Like I used to watch these, and
Now you have an ice pack in your crotch.
full circle.
So we got a Sharpie here, and we want you to draw something on Blaine's arm. But here's the deal: don't do anything racist, or no swastikas. Just
There's a nice clean spot from where hair used to be.
all right. Yeah, here, someone.
Do it. Do a dick. Do a barber.
Do a penis. Or if they think of something, if Marshall's got one. If you something from one of your shorts, maybe.
Do you guys want read one out?
Or if you can think of another one, Marshall.
All right. We'll go over here on this side, right? This side?
I don't know what that means.
This side. Over here on this side. Who was the other person in the Gavin clone closet?
Oh, this is easy. Come on.
Fuck! I was hoping for a more recent short, but shoot.
Just name a name.
I know it.
All right.
Chris Damaris.
No, we'll go with you.
Ben.
Yeah.
All right. Come get something.
Get some merch.
We'll give that. That's a free.
See, I heard the name Chris Damaris, so I don't know if that...
I didn't hear that.
Laser Team 2 poster.
We have those? Laser Team Booster? That's cool. All right.
All right, on this side now. Going back old school again, who are the three people playing catch in I think the first Rooster Teeth short?
It's not the first, but it's in the first season.
Yeah, season 1.
Yeah.
That was a joke. That was a hilarious joke.
It was great, Marshall. Great
I
job.
totally know what the first short is. Who are the three people playing catch in Catch?
Bernie, Joel, and Gus.
No.
Ooh.
It was
Matt, Nathan,
And Joel.
and Joel.
Pretty good. We got one right.
All right, well, yeah. So we have a bunch of tampons.
Oh no.
You were standing on those with your shitty, dirty Converse. And I think I know what you're gonna.
So what we're going to do is we're going to put all of them in Blaine's mouth, and then he has to drink some water.
For any ladies in the audience, are these like flavored or? All right, poorly worded. Like, are there chemicals or?
We'll find out.
Probably. Great.
Is this all of them? Let's see here. All right.
I need like a spit cup or bucket.
Does anyone have a...
Do I have a bucket? Please, anyone. You're on your own. Oh, gross.
You fucking got it wrong.
Lean back.
Oh, God.
Stay on camera.
Stay on camera. Come this way. They're really absorbent.
Oh.
You basically just waterboarded me on a panel.
You've got water on your crotch, so it might freeze now. All right, I hope you guys are better at this trivia.
Are we out of things?
All right. Another question?
Who was the first person to die in the button? This side of the room.
Wait a minute, weren't they supposed to go first?
No, it's theirs. No.
All right. Who? Next in line. Do you know it?
Do I know it?
Yeah.
The person to die? Yeah, Jack, right?
Well, there's that. We'll count that because there was either Uncle Eddie
Okay.
or Jack.
It
Jack
says
was the
Jack
first person
right here.
on camera to die.
Camera, I thought
Yeah.
he was
So that counts.
Way to go, man.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know what this poster is, but
Can we get a check-in on Blaine's crotch?
Can
How's it doing?
ice like negatively affect testicles? Like, and how?
They shrink upwards.
What?
They shrink upwards.
Well, I know they shrink, but I wasn't gonna have kids anyways.
thank God. All right. Let's see.
Oh fucking hell!
Or then,
Oh, we got another one.
Let's see here. Where are we at? Which side are we on? Where are we here? Okay. In the max capacity short, where Chris loses his office, what project was Jordan working on?
Oh, this is a hard one. It took me a second to get this one too.
Are we running out of stuff to do to Blaine?
I'm sure Chris has some stupid shit in mind.
Is it possible for me to take points punishment because I don't know this one?
You don't know this one? What he was doing? Wood and RTAA, yeah. He's all wood.
an all wood RTAA. We are running low on. We thought you guys would be better, but oh well.
Why would we want to be better?
All right. Well, I guess. All right, Blaine. Do you think you can? You have to fit your head into the thumb of this.
I don't think I can do the thumb. I'll just put it on my head. Get the mic away from me. I have one in front of me. You keep...
I want to capture all the sounds.
Got stretched out first. Got a big head. Thank you. Good idea.
I don't know if he's going to fit the thumb.
I'm not going to fit the thumb, Chris. I don't even know what part.
That's good enough. That's good enough, but you got to wear it for a little bit.
Okay. Gotta breathe out of the mouth. I can only see two lights, which I'm assuming is the pearly gates, so I'm just gonna walk through.
All right, which side of the room are we on? This side?
Yeah, where are we?
All right, this side of the room right here. Name the 4 dating apps parodied in the Tinder short.
Four, any four, but you only have 5 seconds because there are multiple pairs.
Oh, I'll give him time, man.
Yeah. All right, ready?
Give him some.
4 dating apps.
All right. Tinder, Grindr, eHarmony, and FarmersOnly.com.
Yes.
Oh,
Hey, got it.
Very nice.
I can't see you, but I'm assuming you're incredibly handsome, as you are smart.
Good.
See, I don't breathe out of my mouth, so I keep wanting to breathe in my nose. It's suffocating me.
All right, what else do we got?
All right, this side of the room. In the... Wait, did we do this one already? Failed merch short?
The what?
No, let's just do it. I don't think we did that.
In the failed merch short with Chris and Bernie, what did the commemorative plates have on them?
Nobody does this. I laughed my ass off at this joke.
Anyone? Yes? No? Yes? No?
That side. That side.
Oh, god damn it.
I mean,
It was RTES, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was RTES.
our hit show. Everybody loved and remembers.
Let's see here. What?
Can I take the thing off my face?
Yes. I don't want you to die.
Thank you, Crit. Will.
Well, keep it on your forehead.
Yeah. Yeah, do that.
Jonathan Gibson.
You kind of look like I mean, an upside down cow.
Oh, the others.
Yeah, rooster.
A rooster.
All right. Next question.
A bluester.
It's one of our writers, Dave Jamson, everybody. Jasmine, Jamson.
Yeah, you still don't know my name.
Dude, I know your name. It's just like from day one, I was like, oh, Jamson. And I just hasn't changed.
The problem
Jasmine
with Jamson is that's nobody's name ever.
is yours, Jamson.
It's yours now. Yeah. All right. What else we got?
I got one here. This side, right? In the reunion short, who got hit by a car?
Oh, it's so easy.
Matt.
Yes. Did
Yeah.
you say Matt?
Yeah, Matt.
Yeah, that's correct.
All right.
He also got hit in the catch short. We just had the running gag of Matt getting hit by.
All right. Next question. What do we got?
There's a couple. What weapon did the mugger use in the Atari Kid?
Blaine, I'm so sorry.
Take a guess. It's a tool that you wouldn't normally mug somebody with.
Can I give it a shot?
What tool do you mug somebody with?
You wouldn't.
5.
Was it a
4.
Mallet.
No.
Can I-
Keep guessing.
Nope. 3.
Hammer.
2.
Keep going.
1.
Screwdriver.
Can I,
God
Oh.
damn, fuck.
It was like some pliers.
It was what?
Pliers.
What was the story behind that? I heard it on a podcast once.
We didn't want to. We had an actual knife, and then we were like worried about danger, and then the fake knife we had also looked really bad. So we're like, well, what do we got in the truck? And it was some pliers.
She wasn't getting stabbed at. Oh, I guess
Yeah.
he was like.
It was just like yeah. All right. So for this one.
If I directed that one, I would have used a knife.
Well, all right. Well, you didn't.
Well, some of us who did direct it used other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you actually direct that?
Yeah.
Yeah. God, when did that come out? 2007? 9?
No, no.
That was
11?
2010 or 11.
10 or
11?
Yeah.
I was in college.
All right. So for this one, we're gonna blindfold here.
I'm going to take this off because I cannot circulate blood.
Go ahead and blindfold yourself, Blaine.
Things are about to get real sexy.
They are.
Real sexy.
Blindfold yourself faster, Blaine.
This is an art, Chris.
Yeah, can we get some blindfold music, please?
All right, so now we're gonna. Someone in the audience can do whatever they want to Blaine.
No.
So raise your hand. Sit down, Blaine. Let's give some space here.
The ice, though.
Just don't kick him in the
Blaine is having a great
What about
panel.
that guy?
A great panel.
Right there in the back. Yeah, come on up. You can do it. All right, now and you could just do whatever you want. There are no limitations.
God! No! Oh, no! The ice packet! I don't know if this is the front or the back. It's the back! Wait, this is Josh, isn't it?
He knows those nipples.
I knew that. I know that smell. And then the fur confirmed it.
Ice pack problem solved, though.
Things heated up fast.
It's not pee.
Yeah, it's definitely not pee. It's the other thing that comes out of your penis.
It's ice water.
All right. I think that's it. Well, so we got a couple other things we'll do for Q&A really at the end. Let's really quick. Do I want it?
Can I take it out?
Yeah, take it out, Blaine.
Maybe be more specific.
So, Blaine, do you want to talk about this project that you did?
Pilot.
I'm sorry.
So, like, God.
Hey,
Like the
I got tested not too long ago. You're good. I mean,
I'm sure
ish.
any disease you had was frozen off anyway.
Yeah.
So, well, we do a lot of like test things, like the drunk me versus drunk me, and then so this is another test thing.
Yeah, so this was something that me and actually my buddy Dax, he's been an AD and a crew member and stuff like that. And it was just one of those things. It was kind of like $1 Million Butt, where it came up in a conversation where it's like, hey, what if ... So to preface this, Dax had the idea. He was like, what if we found like really funny stories from the internet, like Reddit, Craigslist, Facebook, or whatever. Like, what if we found these things and then reenacted them in like a dramatic fashion, or like we just kind of like made a video based around someone's blog post and just like acted it out. So I thought it was a pretty cool idea. So we came up with this thing called Tales from the Web. And we're gonna actually go ahead and cut the stream for this bit. I'm glad we didn't post that.
So that's I guess the final embarrassing thing I had. Another thing in me in the shower. We got, let's see, a few minutes left.
15
minutes. Let's do some Q&A real fast. And we've got a couple things of merch left, so the first couple of you will get it, and then we'll
Only if it's a good question.
Only if it's a good question. All right.
Hi there. I was wondering, back in the earlier seasons of the shorts, they used to have like a storyline that would continue along. And I was wondering if you guys had any plans of going along with that in future short seasons, or if you've just cut from that entirely.
That's definitely something we want to get back into. It kind of depends on if we have a free time from production to where we can make a bunch of shorts at once and then write them in that capacity. Right now, we're kind of making shorts whenever we have free time or whenever we have a really good idea, so it's kind of like one and off, but we love the idea of doing that, so it's definitely something we want to try and do in the future.
All right, thank you.
From like a fan's perspective, hey, come up and get some merch. From an ex-fan or / community member's perspective, I think that was something fun. Was the connective tissue between all the different shorts. So I know, like, going forward, that would be something that I'd be interested in getting back into. Like, those running gags were hilarious, and I think there was one episode that culminated, all the gags running into each other. Like, Matt was a conspiracy theorist, but yeah.
Hey guys.
Hello.
I was wondering, since you guys just showed all those shorts that you've never released before, how many of those shorts do you think you've made over the years that never got released?
I can think of one other one.
There's not that many, actually.
Yeah. We're able to salvage most of them.
Yeah.
I know that there's the burger short, which we talked about at RTX Sydney.
Yeah, I mean, I can think of, off the top of my head, 4 shorts.
Which ones?
3. 3 shorts that were never released.
It's burger.
3 or 4.
4. You're not going to tell me.
Some of them were half shot. They didn't finish.
There was a couple of times, I think, back in the RT recap days, too, where there were some recap ideas that we'd shot and then kind of ditched last minute.
That happens with anything. I mean, it's like there's always things that's like, well, this didn't quite turn out the way we wanted it to, or so we want to make sure that we're putting out content that...
Blaine will hate me for bringing this up, but there's one where we were halfway through a shoot and we had an issue and had to stop the shoot.
Yeah.
And it was a great script. It would have been a lot of fun, but we had an issue with an actor. Nobody Rooster Teeth related, but yeah. And so we unfortunately just had to stop production, and we've never gone back and redid that one.
What was the issue with the actor?
So that was a Funhouse script that I had written, because Funhouse, it was back when we had newly merged with them, or had I don't know, acquired whatever we are with Funhouse. I don't fucking know. So they were coming into town, and I was super stoked, and I wanted to write them a script, and we were going to try to integrate them into live action stuff. And I wrote a script that they were on tour and their plane got shot down over Russia, which was like Soviet communist Russia, and they were being interrogated at a gulag. And we hired these 2 guys that were going to play our guards, and one of them, that played the colonel, had a pretty legit Russian accent and stuff like that. And things were going great. The guy clearly hadn't read the script when we gave it to him. And we're going along and shooting stuff, and he's like, oh, this is funny, this is great stuff, this is good stuff. And then we got to a bit where Bruce was naked and farting. And then the guy was like, drawing the line here. And he just, he fucking walked. And it was the worst. I think I saw that guy actually not too long ago, and I wanted to murder him. Like
He had a problem with fart jokes. Is basically what it was.
yeah, fuck that guy. I want to bring that short back. We should bring that short back.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, we've talked about trying to redo
Yeah.
it, but that was one. And
Yeah.
then we still had to make something with them that week, and I think in one night, Blaine went and wrote the Nacho Libre type short.
That's right.
Not a lot of writing in that one.
Yeah,
That
the
was just-
Lucha Libre to me. But then that was one that got put together in a day. One of those quick turnaround ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Funhouse guys were just rolled with the punches. They're great dudes to work with.
Cool.
I was always kind of curious about how large the crew is when filming the shorts, and what types of jobs y'all did when you first came on to doing them.
The crew completely changes depending upon what type of short it is. Some of them like the earlier ones, I mean, we shot some of those with 4 people on set, including actors. Like, I mean, there's a couple.
Yeah, I mean, like some of the earlier ones. I mean, I think Dastardly Painter, it was you, me, Miles, and Carrie, and that was it. And that was like our crew for that year or so.
Yeah.
It was like just the 4 of us, and a lot of times me and Chris were acting in it.
There
But
was
then
that was the Super Bowl short.
The
where
Super Bowl was just you
it
and
was
me.
me, Marshall, and Carrie, and that was the
Locked
entire
off
crew.
cameras, no cameramen, just hoping that everything was in focus.
There was 3 of us
yeah.
on set and 3 of us on camera.
Yeah.
But then we have some shorts where we might have
I mean, like Tinder and stuff.
Take
We'll
the
have
Uber trip or-
30, 40. You know, yeah. With the Uber one, you know, we had stunts, so we had to have paramedics, and then with the back to school one, that was probably the biggest one. The back to school, we when it ended in that human sacrifice and stuff, we have flames, so we have like a pyrotechnic, and we have a medic, and
Plus
there's like
tons of extras.
tons of extras. So yeah, I mean, 40, 50-ish.
It
I mean,
varies
it-
entirely.
Yeah.
So there's some that we do with like micro crews of less than 10 people, and then some that might have like 40.
Yeah, and it all kind of depends on like what the story is. Like we were talking about the Amazon Go thing earlier, and it was like that was like kind of me running around with a camera. Same with the Pokemon Go short this year, just me running around with a camera. So yeah, anywhere from like 2 people on set to 40 or 50.
Yeah. And one thing too, it's like one thing that's great is whenever we get the opportunity to work with like a sponsor or something that will sponsor a short, then all of a sudden it gives us the abilities to do something cooler, where we have a bigger budget and we can do something more cinematic. We had this cool idea that we always want to do, but we didn't have the budget for. And that's actually what Dave does a lot of. Is he does a lot of the stuff whenever like we have a third party is like, hey, we want to work with Rooster Teeth. What can we do? And then Dave will kind of organize like, okay, well here's something we've been wanting to do for a while, and I don't know, Dave, if you want to like what that process is.
Yeah, it's what you just said it was. It's people who come to us and want to work with us, and just finding a way to fit ideas that we already want to do with things that they want to have represented about whatever their company is. And sometimes we get a buttload of free Tim Tams.
Yeah, and a lot of times we'll use shorts too to promote things for ourselves, whether it's like RTX Sydney and things like that. And actually, one of my favorite shorts of recent memory is one of the ones that Dave wrote, the kangaroo. I forget the exact title. So we call it the kangaroo short.
Kangaroo Attack.
Yeah, Killer Kangaroo, whatever it was. Yeah, but yeah, so things like that. We'll use that to promote some of our events internally and things like that.
Yeah, and it's fun. It's like a fun writing challenge. Like, okay, well, let's do something Australia themed. Okay, and then we sat in the writer's room, like kind of brainstormed some ideas, and then Dave went and wrote a script, and it's like, okay, this is great, and it's fun, and it kind of gets people excited for Australia. So,
Dave was like an awesome addition to the live action department in general, not even just the writer's room.
Let's keep talking about me.
Go on.
Well, no, like it used to be back when we'd get one of these potential sponsored things, it'd be like you, me, Aaron, Brandon, and then like I'm sure whenever March was around, we would just kind of like just sit around and rack our brains, and then like one of us would have to write it up. But then when Dave came in, like he takes the brunt of that work, and it's so
like
valuable.
runs with it, and yeah.
And he's also like an incredibly awesome writer, like when he's not working on that stuff. So
yeah.
Let's hear for Dave.
Thank you.
And we're gonna blindfold Blaine, and you can do whatever you want to him.
Finally.
I bet Josh has like a staph infection. That I probably caught.
Next. Oh wait, did you? Wait, there's That was a long answer, but.
Oh, and you also asked what we do on set. You know, generally, I mean, I direct stuff now, but like back in the day, I think we were talking about that Jordan doing the RTA Wood episode or whatever for, what was it? You were trapped in a car with your office?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like my first shoot ever. And that was like, I mean, we do a range of things. We can sometimes, on the older stuff, we'd run cameras, and then sometimes we'd be holding bounces, and then sometimes we'd be directing. So it's totally varies, you know.
Next question.
Out of all the shorts you've done, what's your favorite one you've worked on?
Favorite short?
I don't know. What? I think probably one of my favorite ones, but it was also a big challenge, was the VR short with Bernie. That one was a crappy one because I didn't write myself into it. I think I originally had Chris, but there was just so much scheduling issues and stuff like that. But I think that was like personally one of my favorite shorts because Bernie's just super easy to bounce off of, and we got to do a bunch of cool visual stuff. And then I got to put Bernie in a big tank of ectoplasm and make him naked and embarrass him. So that was one of my most
Let me think.
favorites.
Maybe the Atari Kid's always been fun for me because that was just something that me and Marshall did together, and I thought it had like a really fun story, and it's like I don't know. I think we based it off like the Atari Kid. No, I mean I'm sorry, the Karate Kid. That's
yeah, yeah, that was fun. That was one of the first shorts that we did that felt a little bit more short filmy and a little bit less sketchy. You know? So it was like it
I
just
think
had
that's
kind
why
of a
I
different
liked
vibe
it.
to it.
Something like this is different than a sketch. This feels more like a short film.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for me, actually, so I've been at Rooster Teeth about 2 years now. One of the first things I worked on when I got here, produced a short with Blaine, actually the Scorpion short.
Yeah, that was a
Scorpion Dojo?
Yeah, the Scorpion Dojo one. That was just a lot of fun. I mean, just, you know, being a big Mortal Kombat fan as a kid and all that stuff and just seeing that come together, and then the fight scene with Aaron and Tyler and all that stuff. It was a lot of fun, and figuring out how we were going to make his costume and just that whole process. And have you guys noticed a lot of the older shorts are being posted on Facebook and stuff these days? Have you guys noticed that? Yeah, so we're kind of like circling back to the library, and they've kind of found new life. So that one actually did way better than it ever did on YouTube, which is funny because it's, you know, an amazing short. But yeah, I got like 10 million views on Facebook, much more than it ever did on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do that question?
Dave?
Marshall, Dave, your guys' shorts?
You know, I really liked how the March Madness short came out this year. I had never done a zombie thing before and had never intended to do a zombie thing, but that was like a fun idea I had for a couple years. So it was fun to kind of see that come through. And the guy who shot it, I mean, it looks so good. It looks like a movie. Yeah, I don't know. I like that one a lot.
Is that Dave Blue Garcia that shot that?
Yep.
Yeah, we got a lot of talented DPs in town. Dave Blue Garcia being one of them. He shot that, and that is by far one of the prettiest things I think we've made. Dave, what was yours?
Well, I mean, the first thing I got to work on to see come to fruition was the kangaroo one, and my favorite thing about that was it was just like bringing to fruition my fantasy of having you all murdered.
Well, yeah. Did you lie? Wait, did you die?
Did I die?
I think it's assumed you die.
Not enough.
I think we maybe have time for one more question.
Over here. Where are we at?
Who's
Yeah,
next?
so-
Oh, and we're also. I think we ran out of merch. I'm sorry.
Has there ever been a short that you released that wasn't as well received as you had expected?
For me, it was Scorpion. That one came out, and I was like, I fucking love this short. This is one of my favorite things I've ever done. And like to this day, I think it has like 300,000 views on YouTube, which is not all about the views. And I should have been proud of the fact that it was just a quality short. But like Will said, it goes on Facebook and gets 10 million. It's totally hit or miss. You can never count on these things being successful or not. It's something that either the community grasps onto or they don't, or if people like it and you know they share it and it goes quote unquote viral, you know, it's total crapshoot. But Scorpion short was one of those ones where nobody cared about it when it came out first.
And I think it kind of like always feels that way, where like the ones you're really excited about like do fine, and then some of the ones that you know you're not as passionate about, like, oh, that got 2 million views. Oh, cool. You know, so it all kind of depends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Oh wait.
I think
Oh yeah.
Let's do one more quick one.
One more quick question. Make it a good one.
Well, then, no pressure on me.
No, it's all on you.
Asshole.
And if it's a bad question, we still have one more ice pack.
Well, shit.